Bestins, hi. Good morning. Good day. How are you? You don't miss a second. You're probably gonna miss it though. Knowing the trajectory. Yeah. Yeah. You missed it. How's your day so far? Jen, hi. Good morning. How is you? I don't think much, but I don't think today's gonna be a long stream. I'm gonna say that now. Preemptively. I have doubts on my ability to potentially do a long stream today. Yeah, I don't know. I have no topic other than the icons that we were doing yesterday. So I don't know. I don't know. And now you're in ads. God damn it. Yeah, I've been working on that for a bit today, making sure that all of them are actually 60 by 60 because they were not 60 by 60. Some of them were like 60.32 by 60 for no fucking reason. And then once again, when I'm looking at it, this thing is a 0.43 border, which makes sense in its original size. Like it's probably going to be somewhere along the line of like 2 times bigger ish, a bit more, 2.6, something like this. Therefore, the border is going to be a 1 point border, but still, like because we rescaled them the at 60, then we ended up with these, and that seems counterproductive, as you can see. Like, these things are just not right. Uh, I don't, I don't know. I don't know. I tried to make things make sense and ensure that they are like really good, but for some reason shit happens like that shouldn't happen. Like it's weird. But yeah, how's your day? That's the question. How's your day so far? uh, I'm guessing if I have a point 1 point something, I'm supposed to have 3 points less, so it's going to be a 57 by 57 types of situation. But then it's not centered. Why? Because this is not the right size. God damn it. Yakins, hi. Welcome on in. Good morning. Yeah, slow day for me too. I mean, slow day. Not really slow. It's like just annoying. I feel like nothing happens as expected, as I want it to happen. So, can't do shit. Like I'm in the same state that I was last time, which is basically I am in the waiting state and I can't do anything about it. Like it's either I wait or I don't wait, but if I don't wait, then I'm fucked. So I need to wait. Uh, and like him. Good morning, good day. I'm doing fine, ish. These badges are pissing me off, but we need to have them at some point. So I have no choice. Um, like it's just they don't have. There is no two of them that have the same font. Like even the four Canadian ones don't use the same font. The G's are different. The numbers are different. Mm. Other than that, we're good. Um, did you have a gradient palette created? What do you mean by a gradient palette created? As in a color palette for an app that is composed of gradients? If that's the question, yes, that happened um, in the past, not on stream. But if you're talking about a color palette that is based on a gradient, it's easier to say yes. So yes, that happens as well. Um, I mean, the thing that we, this thing that we have, not really, but like the color palette that we use at the moment. Why the fuck are you here and not there? That's the question. Because we're using Radix UI for colors for everything, the palettes itself is technically some sort of a gradient from very light to less light, and then some colors for accessibility and solid colors. So technically gradients, and it's the same thing when you think about like Tailwind colors, or other libraries colors. They are based on many stops that could define the stops of a gradient. The thing that is annoying though, if you want to create like a gradient color palette, let's say you have like a red to purple-ish, that is the classic, right? Though, as you can probably tell, that realm right here, let's do yellow here. From here to here is a bit dull. It's a bit gray. It's a transition that we don't really like. And so in order to avoid that, we will have like a stop and just bump the vibrancy on that to ensure that you have a neat transition, but then that means maybe you need something a bit more red here and there to ensure that your color scheme scale thing makes sense. But the other question is, can I create wallpaper with Figma? Yes. I don't think it's a good tool per se because the export is bad. But then again, it depends what you want to have, what the outcome that you want. Um, so yeah, if you just want gradients like that, if you just want gradients, simple gradients for presentation, for background, for things, you can 100% do that in Figma. The thing is, if you do that for wallpaper, as in wallpaper engines, things that are supposed to be displayed on a high quality display, yeah, then you will probably have some issues with the exports because gradient have some issues in export. Most of the time you will end up with some of that PNG bending that can happen in your exports. These is extreme, but can happen. Um, and so Figma has a bit of a weird thing when you export something, even if you say that you want the export to be high quality or whatever. I mean, technically, you can't even say that it's high quality, but you can say, oh, I want this in like 10x. So you type 10x, and now that means that the export is going to be 42,290 by 12,930. And so that would be like high quality, but the, how is it called? The pixel density is still bad. Like even if you expand or you export them with a big ass size, they will still be low quality exports. And I haven't found anything so far that give me the ability to change the DPI on export to ensure that the assets that I share are good quality or good enough quality. You can probably see that in some of the export that I've done in the past where let's do a 420 by 210, so that it's pretty small. If I export that, and I'm doing that on my desktop for now, you would have, god damn it, you would have in here, should have done that, would have been way faster. The data on the picture, the resolution, I don't know if you can see that, but the resolution is 72 by 72. So it's a 72 DPI export, which is really bad. And so in order for me to get that at a bigger DPI, I'm gonna do, okay, I need that like, I don't know, 2x maybe. If I'm gonna do 2x, and then I'm just adding the suffix 2x just for safekeeping, and just exporting that, same place, same whatever. And so what that gives me, right, is this one is 72. This one is now 144 because I said 2x. That makes sense. It's doubled, but it's still bad. Like the export itself is still not that great. Oh, you're not wasting time. Don't worry about it. It's just yeah. Have a bit of an issue with that. But if you just want to have like a gradient color for the background of your app or something like this, for example, you should be fine. You don't need to have a highest quality export for these types of rendering, so you should be fine. But as always, like it really depends on the outcome, on what you are trying to achieve and what you want to get as an outcome, because that's you can't really avoid bending by adding noise, as in it's the bending is really strong, bitch. Like if you're in 8-bit, which is not the case, right? The Figma exports in 24 bits, if not more, but it's just like you would need to have like a bit more data in there. If you add noise, you will create some sort of a fake transition that might result in that rendering, which is a stylistic choice, but yeah, I think the export thing is the most important part of Figma. And so if you just want gradients, like just color gradients like I just did, if you do that in Illustrator, you might be better off with that. But it really depends on the outcome and the use case or where you want to use the thing. Because if it's just background of PowerPoints, you don't give a shit. Do that in Figma. If it's, as you said, wallpaper for 8K monitors, you need something that has the ability to export in high quality and with a good export processing, which is Figma isn't right now. Cat, hi.
Cat Soho just resubscribed for 20 months. Hee hee.
20 months, goddamn. 20 months? Damn. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if that helps much. I don't know if that answered the entirety of your question, but yeah, it's you can also potentially eh if I'm getting this as an export, and the thing that I want to have is a gradient, right? If that is the outcome that I wanted, but I wanted that to be a smooth gradient, I could do a frame around it that is clipping content, making sure that this thing is a bit bigger than expected, and adding a layer below to that image to get rid of the bending. It's still there, but that fuzz out the bending. So if you end up with that, you can always add a bit of more transition, but same thing. If you need to then re-export that, you will re-add the bending on top of a bending, flatten, blurred effect, which in the end is never good. In the end is never good. So, you decide. You decide. Aha. I'm racking my brain into what would be the best option for you at this time, like what seems to be the optimal output platform. I really think Illustrator would help. Like probably really help, but you don't have that privilege, Larkin. There is not a lot of people that have the ability to do that, and you are not one of them. And I think the only person that would be able to do that would be my sister, and she's not there. So yeah, Otzi, hi, welcome on in. Good morning. I don't like that 0. It's fucked. It seems, once again, like yesterday, it seems that these things have been flattened and stretched after the fact, and I don't like that. And by doing what I just did, I'm fucking up everything. Yay. Shit. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. It is. It is a weird zero, but once again, really think I should find the font, but I can't find the font. Once again, it's just. I need to find the font to be able to get the text in a font size way, implying that it can be repeated, and I'm sure of it, and then I need to re-outline the font to end up with the same things. So I'm not gonna do that. I am not gonna do that. What I will do though is potentially bump everything to like 32 in height to ensure that they have the right positioning thingy, whatever. But no, not 32 here, 32 here. I wish we could select multiple and do that on multiple, but as soon as you have two different values, it doesn't work. So do that. Oh, yeah, that seems fine. That seems fine. At least now we have a better-ish SVG on the export. It will export the background as a background, obviously, which is the bound of the SVG, which will have a background and a border radius. And an SVG line thingy inside, which is better. Which is better. Cool. God damn. I think I'm gonna create a new variation or a new variant here, which is gonna be size, I guess. This is long, and then I'm gonna duplicate all of these and call them badge. That we have the small ones as well. I'm gonna need to keep that. Oh, you know what? I don't give a shit. Oh no. I'm gonna need to not do that this way. Okay, cool. So on the secondary one, I'm gonna get rid of the flower, the list thingy, and all of these. I'm gonna need a trim like that. That way we can have, or then have, the thing in a square format, which I think would be better. So same thing, these are gonna take the color in the frame layer instead of in a sub layer. And then I can get rid of that. I should have checked, but that's fine. I don't care. And this, which technically, thinking about it, it should be the same thing for the other ones. We don't care about it. This is going to be a 60 by 60, so they're all going to be a 60 by 60. I'm going to just make sure that these are currently set to stay center. Like, just don't do shit. Make sure these are 60. Cool. Seems fine. Seems fine. 6 seems okay. Yeah, 6 seems okay. Cool. And now can retake these and replace them into scale, so that if at some point we need to scale these specific badge, we would be fine. We would be fine. I was thinking about doing the same here, but technically they are good already. Like the badges themselves have been, I mean, I cleaned them up already, but yeah, we have that done. It's gonna be the same thing. So size, long or wide, depending. So technically these ones, I'm just gonna remove everything and just keep the badge part that already exists. And then that is gonna be resized to its format. I don't think I want the white border and all of that in. We're just gonna keep that, I think. The best path of completion on this one is gonna be getting rid of the 15 groups, that's for sure. And then that's gonna resize to 60. I guess. I guess that's gonna work. If you switch between the two, that's the thing that I'm thinking about. If you switch between the two, between the wide version of pure page, like description page, information, all that, and then in the movie or media you have just the badge, it could be confusing, but also, yeah, that's faster. Yeah, it's gonna be good, I think. Mm. Interesting. So these ones, the restricted or the red ones, are extremely sharp, and I'm debating adding a bit of roundness around it, meaning that the the badge itself is going to be a bit bigger to leave a bit more leeway around to help, but that is debatable. Mm-hmm. And also red on red for the lines is going to be complicated for me to see for the alignment and all that. Yeah. Dirty Poodle. Hi. Work on it. I have. I worked with Illustrator only for UI design from 2013 to 2015. Solely Illustrator and Photoshop at the same time because at the time I didn't know better or existed. So, yeah, that happened. You bitch. Sorry, these two are not supposed to be like this. Why did I swap to Figma? That's a good question. So I started with Photoshop and then I moved from Photoshop to Illustrator, from Illustrator to Sketch, and I changed company. And I could have stayed on Sketch, but Figma seemed interesting, and I tried it, didn't like it, didn't switch. Then they had a conference, like one of the first in 2016, 2017-ish, roughly.
Dirty Puddle 1 is now following.
Hi, thanks a lot for the follow, appreciate that. And they basically announced plugins, and after that, I moved on to Figma. Not really collaboration, but also I don't know if you have ads or no ads, so I'm gonna just not say anything unless you tell me I have no ads. You can speak. Shit. Accent Shield, hi. I think it was a good tool, but because it's gonna be sunsetted soon and XD is just like gonna die, I don't feel any interest in like pouring a bit of energy in there. It's not a bad tool. It's just like it's gonna die. So at this point, I don't care. So it's gonna die because Adobe tried to acquire Figma for too much money. And then the EU said that's going to be a monopoly, so you can't do that. That's not an option. Therefore, the deal is off. And once they said that, the entirety of the thing that they were or that they started to work on the Adobe side fall apart. And instead of reviving XD, they said, well, fuck it. That's too much work. We're not going to do that. So that's why it's going to die. They announced it on many platforms when they announced the acquisition of Figma or the attempt to acquire Figma. They just said, now that we have Figma, we are going to just get rid of XD because it's not useful for us to have two tools that do the exact same thing. Therefore, removing one is a good idea. But yeah, they kind of fucked up on this one. And pirating Adobe software is good. It's just, I don't know how easy it is now. I think it's probably going to be easier than when I started. But there's yeah. I think I said that in the past. If I couldn't pirate, legally acquire Adobe software when I started, I wouldn't be a designer today. So my entire career is based on the fact that I could have access to these software. Um, Technically, on my side, it was legally acquired because it came on with the computer that I had. Though the computer that I had came on from a friend of my dad that installed stuff on the computers. So I don't know where that's coming from. That seems not centered. It kind of is, but it's also kind of not. So I don't know. I'm not designing for a game. I am currently designing for software called No Mercy, which I think we do have. That. Yes. Which is a platform that helps you to get like a personal server. So if you know Plex or Jellyfin, it's kind of a competitor of that, of these two platforms. And so right now we are building a database of the content rating badges that exist. And some of them are absolutely horrendous. And when you are plating that on top of a movie or TV show that you have for the way that things are supposed to look, like let's say you are on the did this one. Did I do that in the cleanup? I think I did that in the cleanup. Um, right, you have your content rating right there. If you had something that is a bit more extended, it would be out of place, or it would come off out of place. So what we want to do is have something that could or can be used either in a one color way, like these ones, which whatever background we have, it's fine, like unless it's the exact same color. But um, the idea is to just get something that is a bit easier to grasp. So yeah. Bitch, what the fuck? Sorry. That and also the pirating the creative suite, the CC, the Adobe CC entire thing used to be very easy, even with the cloud thing. So it used to just be, at least on Mac. I know that on Windows it was even easier than on Mac, so I'm expecting people that have had Windows computers be well off with that. But it used to be like a one-click fake server type of thing, and basically each apps was the official app, but they were modified to do the request of checking of registration through the server, and then that server link technically was changed, and so it was just bouncing. Yes, we good. That was fine. Um, and puddle, dirty puddle, puddle. um, I have a weird school career. I started my I started everything in mechanic. I did like how do you call that? It's mechanical engineer type of situation thingy. Um, and I then from there I then moved to print. So design and print seems kind of similar at the time, so we did that. Um, but I went to school and I taught things to my teacher. And after that point, I said, okay, cool. I don't need the school. So I moved out that school, a renowned, prestigious art school of France, and then I started to learn on my own, which was way easier for me. And I think it's way easier for everyone, to be honest. But depends on you. Depends on you. So yeah, Figma is better-ish. Gotta say this here. Figma is good. Figma has a lot of advantages, though Figma has a lot of scammy behaviors when it comes to pricing specifically. It's we said, right, we all moved to Figma or Sketch because Adobe was too expensive. And Figma right now is really attempting to rack up as much cash as they can from anyone without them noticing. So, for example, Stony is an editor on this file, and therefore they have, or I have, to pay for the license for them to be able to do that. So, it's even though they are just a dev and the only thing that they use is this. They come here, they click on something, they then go in the export option, they export the thing in SVG and they're good. And they don't need more than that. They just need the ability to run plugins from here and checks things. But because Figma is like wanting all of my cash, they just say, you know what? No. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Not the greatest. Not the greatest when it comes to pricing. And as we said last week, I think. Um, or is that? Yeah, here. Max, hi. Welcome on in. Right, if you are in the pro plan, you have access to dev mode. But if you're on the for 16 bucks, if you're on the organization plan and you want your dev to have access to dev mode, you can just give them dev mode only, which will cost you 35 bucks. So technically speaking, it is easier for me to just pay 16 bucks for Stony and be good with it because he has the exact same thing. And yeah, no, dev mode is not free. Dev mode is included with any paid plans. And so if you already have a paid plan, like a professional plans, then it seems like it's free because the transition was like, yeah, you're paying, it's good. But right now, if you are not in a paid plan, you will have that issue. Also, Steen, hi, good morning, good day. So, not good. I mean, the share option is really what makes it interesting. So the thing that happens is with that being the case right now, there is a company that we used to use, which is called Zeppelin, which is a way for dev to access design and for designers to ensure that the design that is presented is the validated states of the design. And so right now, Zeppelin offers much more information and much more good code export for the devs compared to Figma native things. So a lot of people are coming back here because it's free and you have access to everything. So like right now, if I wanted to, I could have just the Zeppelin plugin on Figma and then launch everything in there. Stony would have access to this as a project member. And because we would have just one singular project, that would be fine. And even then, even if I had like more projects, more team members, more everything, it will still be only $8 per seats, which is half of what I need to pay right now for Stony on Figma. So yeah, that's a thing. So yeah. And so, Pedro, I to go back to the school question, I I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with schools as a general term. I do feel like they are useful in some cases, but for me, they are not. So if you are the same, meaning that if you have the ability to learn on your own and you're fine with not having the structure of a school, then a school is not necessary for you. You can learn on your own. There is this thing that is called YouTube that is pretty good. You have all of the content that you want. You have these streams also if you are looking to learn design stuff, which we are not a lot doing that live stream about design, but still, like, you're here now, so now you know. And that basically is enough for you to just get the information that you need. And as always, as I say every time, if you have any design question, feel free to ask. I've been working for 18 years, and the goal of the stream is to ensure that I can avoid you the mistakes that I've done in the past. So if you're just learning something, trying to achieve something, just eh. I don't know. They don't have 16 plus. They just have 16. So I'm just expanding the things to be different variations, like similar to what we just did on the Canadian one. They had the plus, so I left the plus. But just for these ones, the base seems to be real square, so I'm just doing that for now. And you bitch. And the in the school processes, you will have things that don't really work as much as you wanted them to work when you're going to school. At least that's what I've seen. So if you don't need the structure of a school, don't go to a school. If you need the structure of a school, go to a school, but think about it or use the school for other things than knowledge. The knowledge itself from the teachers, unless you're going to a very specific type of school, which lets the teacher still work, you will have professors and teachers that are outdated compared to the current design market or dev market, whatever market that you are trying to go to or go into. And that is one of the reasons why I started teaching things to my teachers, because it was just too much. GK, hi. I don't think the drop can work in that. But good morning.
Yeah, so
Ah, you might make it. You might make it. Yeah, you bitch. First one of the day, every time. Good job. Two more. Cool. So yeah. Puddle. I hope that helps in a way. Maybe. I would say need is a strong word. So no, but kinda, but also no. I do sadly be French, yes. Yes, that's the thing. I let me answer that, Steen, because I do think that finding your style is a good thing, but technically speaking, finding your style as a UI UX designer is useless. It's a waste of time. You can't really have um, a personal style as a UI designer per se. Like it's most of the time it's gonna be, oh shit, that's what I forgot. God damn it. Um, sorry. Most of the time it's gonna be you're using what is the current state of the market and you're doing that for the client. And the style that you're trying to repeat or replicate is going to be what the client is asking from you. So if I have like if I have a client that is coming in and says, oh, you know what, I do like, let's just do mobile UI thing, coming in and say, I do love this style of UI. It's the pastel, the illustration, like hand drawn illustration, all of that. I'm gonna do that because I don't have a choice. If I don't do that, then the client will be disappointed and therefore potentially not pay me. I like to eat as always, so I'm gonna do that. But if I have a client that is doing like, I don't know, something that is a bit more classical, like this, why not? I'm gonna do that as well. So it's just, it depends on who's asking, what they're asking. Can I do it? Can I not do it? I have spent half a year on stream learning Blender as well, and rendering shit. Like, I think we have some stuff. God damn. It's the thing that I share every time, but it's still true. I had a period of time where I was playing with cubes and lights and textures and shit, and that was the idea. But I also did some other elements, things in 3D. So yeah, did some things in Blender as well. I love the transparent cloth things. So that took a lot of not thinking, but like a lot of time for me to get these textures and render and all that. The computer that I had to use for that is pretty good. The computer that I used in the first time that I learned Blender in 2014, 2015, was really slow, but these ones are much better. So yeah, Lacoste, hi, good morning. And GK, that's basically what I'm saying. The material design, entitled UI, all of these pre-made templates are gonna help you go faster anyways, so don't need to develop your own style. I feel like I'm making a huge mistake with that, but you know, I don't have a rapper name, Lacoste, no. Xerox, hi, welcome on in. I feel like that's your first, yeah, how are you, who are you, how did you find the stream? Usual questions. So that's the thing that I forgot to do. I need to go back. These are supposed to be 51 in it. Yeah, 50-ish. Ah, God. So 51 on this one, centered, same thing here. More centered, I think that would be better overall. And yes, GK, 100%. I am seeing what you're saying. I'm trying to think. I think my first official app design was from 2012. 2011, 2012, I think. Which we have I think I have the project somewhere here, but I mean, yeah. Oh, 2010. My bad. Which was, I think, my real on purpose exploration of design things for a split camera app thingy. And even then, I already was like had some sort of knowledge on it. So probably before that. But the why is really simple. Kind of scary in a way, but really simple. I'm a mechanical engineer, like someone who do CNC work in my school. That was my my major, not a major, but like the specific thing that I was doing in that school. And one of my teachers died during the year by taking a piece of the CNC in the head. And that basically told me, you know what, I'm gonna go the fuck out of close to these machines. So yeah, after that, I came interested in the digital world, like something where I can just sit my ass and not be scared. That's the why. But yeah. Skull, hi. Good morning. Like it's the I never know how it's spelled. But it's one of these things. And so one of the pieces right here, one of the three pieces that are supposed to hold the metal piece that you are machining, like CNC, all that, was set one teeth off and not screwed in properly by the not the teacher, by the student, and it made a noise. And so the teacher came in front of the machine to check, and the thing flew out. I wasn't in that class. It was like in my school, not like my professor. So I not directly impacted, but still impacted. And the thing that is fun is that the machine that we had was one of the obviously latest-ish at the time type of machine that had like a massive plexiglass shield in front of the thing to ensure that if like debris or things go through, you're fine. It went through that, and yeah, kind of put me back in my place on yeah, I'm gonna sit down. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and sit down and not touch these things. So, yeah, now like sometimes my TikTok feed is feeding me these videos, some of the CNC fails, which are like the most anxiety-inducing things that I have in my feed, or some of them that are good. But every time, even if it's like a successful CNC machining for something, my whole body is tensing when I'm seeing that. And I see how it moves, how fast it moves, all that, and I'm like, ugh, can't do that. But yeah, right through that. Anyways, so that's the why. After that happened, I started to be interested in digital form. Also because at the time my goal was to work for Sony as Sony Ericsson at the time for smartphone and creating like smartphones, design like devices and all that. And instead of looking at the body of the phone, I turned it over and I looked at the screens. I was like, yeah, that's I can do that. I can do that. That's gonna work. So I did that. Um, and am I coming from a different dev or design background? Not really. I'm currently learning dev-ish at times. Um, and I'm coming from a creative family, if that makes sense. So maybe that's a design background. But yeah. I think we talked about it in the past, but like it's the 960i. I think that's the one that I had. Yes. I had this bitch, which has been stolen from me, but this one was one of the first of Sony that had like a touch screen that had the ability to use the pen that was located right there to write on the screen, and you can write letters like you write letters on a piece of paper, and you could do that in here. And so that was really fun for me. It had a lot of teeny tiny things that I still hope some devices today had, like this wheel right here was not a volume rocker. It was a forward and backward key. So it was a spring-loaded type of tiny wheel. A good fidget spinner in your pockets. But yeah, this was great. And then someone in my school stole it from me. I don't know who it is. I have doubts, and I can guess, but yeah. This was a brick, though. This was a massive, hefty thing. I think now that I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at that teeny tiny bitch, get the fuck out of the way, preview right here, it's probably the length of it is probably the width of this phone. So, you know, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. So not really coming from a dev or design background per se, just a creative family where my my grandmother was a painter, the other grandmother was a pottery maker, like creating sculptures and shit. My dad was a coach for like singing, using your voice and all that. And my mom, which is kind of fun because I am dyslexic, but my mom was I don't know the word in English. That's Yeah, that. A speech therapist. That makes sense. And yeah, I'm still dyslexic. That doesn't change anything. So overall, um, mm, kinda ish. Mostly in Latin, like church type of situation, like a choir, church choir, but also like teaching songs and all of that, really empowering people to use their voices in a better way so that they are like audible, understandable, all of that. Some of the things that were like yeah. But some of the things that was kind of fun, um what the recoveries stories that we had. So some of the people that he helped, one guy had a bike accident where the bike like really collided with his trachea, and so his voice was really broken entirely. And after like a year and a half of rehabilitation working with my dad, he spoke like he used to. So all of that was really fun to see, like the from the start to the end point of, oh, now I can speak again. Was really nice to see. But yeah, other than that, being forced to go to church. So design and illustration can give you an advantage. I would just say that if you are trying to learn UX, it might not. It could, but it might not. The the current state of the job market and things is always changing, as always. That's not gonna be a difference anyways. But it's currently creative jobs are in demand and not demand at the same time. So there is this shift with all of these AI that exist right now that can do the job that I'm doing, or that I used to do, like in my first 3 years, surface level UI work and all of that. But then you don't understand why the AI choose or made these decisions. It's just based on previous patterns, which makes sense. So it's a bit of a weird. I feel like the job market for any like job industries right now is kind of weird. Like dev, um, most of the surface level, entry level dev can currently be replaced by a senior with an AI assistant type of thing to be faster. So technically, you replace a junior dev with an AI, and then the senior is just checking up if the code that is generated is good. If it is, then it goes forward. So yeah, like when you look at the job openings and all of that, most of them are requiring some sort of a 5 years experience, 7 years experience things. But also, I'm looking for senior positions. Obviously, I have 18, so I'm not going to look for an entry level position right now. But still, I have a feeling that the job market right now is kind of tricky, a tricky situation. Um, and no, Steen, right now, AI cannot. That's the fun part. AI cannot do that. AI could. Oh, do we do that this way? Sorry, I just saw something and I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe we could just simplify twice. And then from here I can simplify again. Just do that. Maybe. That we have officially two face, two shape, one white on top, and one background green. Cool. So Lacoste? No. I what I was saying about UI UX, Xerox, Cyrex, Ser UX, Dro. I don't know how to pronounce your name properly. Um, it's the fact that you have the knowledge of visual illustration, like graphic illustration, all of that will be an advantage, as I said, in some situation, but in most situation will not be anything. Like most employers will not really recognize that as a potential help for them. And most of the thing that will happen is going to be the employers are looking for employees that are benefiting the company itself. And so, other than that, if you can't do that, that's going to be kind of hard. So, yeah. Sai or Sairu. Is it a rolled R? Also, why the fuck is that 7 curved and that 7 flat? What the hell? Genie, hi. I don't know. I guess SK -7 for Slovakia is like under 7 is fine. But yeah, that sounds weird. Anywho. Like, your knowledge will always be an advantage at some point. Like, it will help to have a bit of understanding of how composition is, like layout for painting, for illustration, all of that. You can transpose your knowledge of graphic illustrative things to UX, UI layout in a page. Could. Not entirely, but still can. Yeah. We have that in Japan, indeed. We have the up to 25, 27. Did I say weird stuff? What did I say? I am so tempted. So tempted. I think I will be more than tempted in a second. I think I'm gonna just remove that and just do that. God damn it. Just do that. And do that at 60, put that in the center, put that in the back, send that to this color, and then take this and that and subtract it, flatten it, get rid of the group. We should be good. The question I have for you, Sai, would be what is your current level of knowledge and why do you want to go there? Yeah, I feel like getting rid of all of these fucking points going back to what Stoney said last time, it's like the XML file, god damn it, in here, like the more points you have, the more lines of code you get. And so you want to avoid that as much as you can. So these is also like, there is way too much points in this entire thing. So the SVG is going to be hefty. A hefty thing. Let me check that. Do we have... Dang, I don't have. Yeah, I could. You're not gonna like it though. Okay, so this is clearly better than this. In it. I'm gonna just do that. Cool. What do you mean no pre-existing icon parts? In what way? In how so? What you talking about? Oh, because we already have downloaded them. I mean, all of these are downloaded. It's just that some of them have some sort of a non-good behaviors. The one that I'm touching right now is a mistake. I shouldn't. But it's more along the line of these ones, right? These ones, as I said in the beginning of the stream, the top, like the white section, not really a thing that is and like really important for the badge to be recognized. So we are creating like sub-level badges, which will take either just the black part or just the badge. God damn. But that's the idea. Thank you. And so right now I'm just like ensuring that these ones are also simplified and that they make sense for, as I said, for the XML to be readable and easily understood from everyone. What's the use case? Use case is going to be either on the media page, like this is X movie, it is rated that, and the thing that Stony does with the personal server is wherever you are, you can install the server. And so what we want to make sure is that the rating is good or true to the country in which you are or your server is located. Because some countries have different rating for different movies. Therefore, we want to have the right badges for the right movie for the right audience in the right countries. That's the idea. That is the use case. Why though? Why? I'm thinking I may have made a mistake on the background thing. Not as in I shouldn't have done it this way, but I could have done it with the frame itself being the background rather than having two levels. So right now, the SVG export is going to be SVG, and then we have the frame for everything, and then inside you have the that. Oh yeah, no, I am 100% in agreement with in agreement with you, GK. There is a ton of shit that Stoney shouldn't have done or shouldn't be doing right now that for some reason he want to do now. Therefore, the shit happens. But yeah, no, I agree. It's not supposed to be there, or at least not for me. Like there is too much thinking. I mean, you were here yesterday, as you've seen. the the spiral that the icon for cleanup notification started on me trying to really understand all of the output outcomes potentials, all of the things for the messages, for the notifications, for what can be done, all of that is things that haven't been defined yet. And I mean, it makes sense to me for Stony to not have all of that figured out. But also, there is a ton of things that he wants to do now that just makes no sense to me. Like now is not the good time to think about that, but for some reason it seems to be the good time for him, so that's why we're doing it now. Even though we shouldn't. You know. Shit happens. And so if I'm just getting rid of the overall thing, it's just like right now. Yeah. It's just like ensuring that the SVG export is going to be kind of clean or as clean as I can make it to not have an SVG that is like a 2 megabytes SVG, which shouldn't happen. But with the Nigerian earlier, maybe that could have happened. I don't know. So reducing like reducing the behaviors, like when I'm seeing these, right? That makes no sense to me. Like it should be a bit different. Like the build of these things is breaking my brain. That's why the Russian one were kind of weird as well. They had like the shape itself be a mask, and then on top of that there was the gradient that they have. And so I just used the mask as the base shape for that. That makes more sense. But yeah, complicated. Like right now, you have all of your white letters in a different thing. They shouldn't. Yeah. I also have something for you, GK. I don't know if you've seen the announcement from Framer. Because the 3D transform that we added on your case study preview showcase, now we have a better like 3D transform. So it's much better. Let's say that. So if I'm getting back to what we had for you, shit, I forgot. right? You had your fucking picture in the background thingy, and so now you have the effect of transform, transform, rotate, or whatever, and then now you can just say, oh, it's 3D now, and that's it. And you can transform, rotate all the things, and then on top of that, you can add like a perspective to ensure that the perspective is maintained, and you can have more or less perspective. But yeah, that's pretty good. And some of the presentation things that have been floating around, specifically the Framer University one that popped in today, you can do that. You can now create a cube in Framer. It's just made of different planes. So once you have that is done and made properly, all of that, you can then like have different feel, different images on everything. So pretty useful. So you can do that if you want to check that specific video to see how he does that, even though I think this is useless for the amount of work that you need to do to get that. But still, I think that could be a really useful thing for you to get the transform in a more playful way, because right now you have sorry, you only have one direction. Oh, you have more case studies. One kind of direction transition, which is fine. But if you wanted like more 3D and all that, you know. Debatable, the coming soon, but fine. What's your Figma prototype question? Before I start tearing down your your profile, your website again. Tell me. So yeah, Framer announced the 3D transform. They also announced plugins, which, as I said, good and useless at the same time. I like it, I hate it. It's kind of situational thing. Bitch, what the fuck? When building a component, what an easy way to have state built into it, like hover pressed and all that. Basically, exactly that. You get your component, you define the states that you want to have, and then in prototype, you ensure that your prototyping thing is going from state A to state B, from state B to state C. That's about it. And so most of my elements, toggles, whatever, you have all of my prototypes that are also already made to ensure that therefore wherever I need to go somewhere, I need to do something, like I need to place a tab on something, it will have its transition and I don't need to think about it. So that's to me, that is the best way so far to ensure that the thing is reusable, and therefore whenever, like, I don't know, when I'm here now and I start the prototype, I now have my hover effect that is on my button. If I click, it goes in click, whatever. And so that makes sense in a way. I didn't do the transition for the inputs. I'm kind of sad about it because I think it would have been much better, but you know. All that. So when designing a table component or field component, it would make sense to have this at the atom level. Yes, kinda. So for my table here, I don't think I've done them states. I mean, I do, but not entirely. I do, I have. My bad. Uh, so, for example, for this table component, I have the default state right there, and I have my hover state right here, meaning that now if I go into define table and I hover over something, it just highlights a bit. But because I also have sub-level components that also have sub-level interactions that have been defined in their parent main components, then that will work as well. I don't know if I have any. I don't think I can do that. I can. So you can see that my hover state works, and then if I want to check the checkbox, I can click on it. It works. That's about it. Like same thing here, like that component for the rating, even though extremely slow because there is way too much shit in there. It's in there. Hassan, hi. What does mom stand for? Exactly what G said. It's it's a play on word on the fact that the initial logo that I used to create the mom logo is a logo that was saying wow, WOW, and so when I flipped it, it said mom, and that was fun. And I added a bit of a squiggle in the middle that then said a mom, like a long mom, and so we then associated that with can I get your credit card, or the Cartman, like South Park Cartman asking his mom to come down because he needs to take a shit. All that. And that's why we have that.
Ma!
Also, the sound alert that goes with it. So, yeah. GK, for that is a bit more complex. uh, I I would have a UI kit that like this. And right now we don't have any documentation that explain how things are supposed to work. So it is a bit up for debate. But yes, I would have something that explain to anyone that is supposed to come here and use these components, like how they work. So like description in that description here to say, okay, so that's how it works. The harvest states also work this way, whatever, all of that. The way that I do that most of the time is gonna be by using HApes to run it through. Bitch, I already upgraded. Which will then give me this, right? Which is really the doc that everyone wants. That says this is a cell, it's composed of that, it has like different variation properties of that. It will also have like a harvest state, and you can probably see how it works. Like, is it right now, because we are on a light background, the changes is not visible enough, but you get the idea. So all that all that is the dog that I would provide in a way. Much better than just this one, but yeah. And then for anything that is interactive, I try I make mistakes sometimes, that happens, but I try to get something that is predictable. So if we have, I'm going to stay here. If we have our default table cells that go from dark to a bit lighter on hover, then I'm going to attempt to do the same things for other components. So if I have my checkbox, for example, I kind of want to make sure that it's going from dark to a bit lighter on hover. So predictable, reusable behaviors for animation and transition, for me, is a way to ensure that if I forget at some point, and we have a new component and I just did the default state because I don't have the rest, then I can just say to the dev, well, it's the same behavior as usual, so it's just going to be lighter on hover, and on click we will have the the focus ring that just pops in just for accessibility's sake. But yeah, if you're working with local and total. Oh, and you asked that in the second half of your question. I think it matches my shirt. Yes, that's true. I have some sort of a rule when it comes to components when I'm starting on a new project, which is when the components that I know will be reused, I'm gonna create a file, library file, that will contain some of the basics. So buttons, input, checkboxes, font scale, all of that, because I know that these are things that I will need to reuse later. Though sometimes you go in and you're like, cool, we need to work on, I don't know, poster image card thingy. That can't be in the library because it is specific to the tool, and because I'm using the Mom UI kit for the entirety of the library, therefore I don't want to have tool specific or software specific components that will make some noise or bring noise to the file. So I just have them here. And so my organization here is absolutely messed up on this file because I have no organization other than my brain is organized and I know where things are. But usually what I do is I'm getting the thing organized from left to right. So I have my left side, which is comprised of the main components that are supposed to be used. And then I'm supposed to have the sub-level components that are specific to these pages on the right side. And so right here you have also like the badges, the fucking buttons, previews. But yeah. If you just want to fuck component and just move quickly, which I disagree, I don't think you move quicker if you don't do components. I think you move faster-ish in the beginning, but then you will have a lot of thing to do later if you want to clean up the file. But if you don't care about that, I like to judge. Yeah. So that's one of the thing, like the discussion that we've had with other designers also on Twitter for the past 6 years, which is, do you do components? Do you not do components? Do you use it to layout? Do you not use it to layout? Because for some people, which for me, as always, it's like skill issues. If you haven't understood how the layout works entirely, yes, it is painful to set up. But if you know what you're doing and you know what you're doing, then you have the ability to just create shit like this that just will resize itself properly to a degree, and you're good. So yeah. So for components, I think it's the same thing in a way, but it's like, as I said, I think at the beginning of the week, it's the same rule. It is if an element that is a card or something that you're building for the first time, cool. Don't create a component out of it right there. You don't need it twice, so you're good. But as soon as you go back to another page and you said, oh, that card that I did an hour ago, I need to reuse it here. Then you go back to the first one, you create a component of it, you drop the main component to the component page if you have that, and then you have an instance in the new page, and now you have just one place when you can just organize things. The issue with that is that you need to ensure or make sure or be sure, to a lot of sure at the time, that in that secondary state, in that second space, second page, you don't need the component to be different. Because if that's the case, then you end up with what I did last time, which
Cerberus
is
now following.
Cerberus. Hi, welcome on in. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the screen? The stream. Thanks a lot for the follow. Which is, I came in here, I did the base one, and then I figured, okay, cool. Now I need a secondary one that needs to be not active notification. Cool. So I had to like navigate from the cleanup page to this page to do my modification, then go back there. And then when I did that, I figured, okay, cool. So now that I know all of that, I know that I need the property for the sender, for the message, for the time. And these are like things, quality of life improvement for me as the designer when I'm coming here and I'm like, oh, you know what? I now need to be able to be here and say, okay, so that's my title, that's my thing. Like technically here, these two bitches are out of order. Like the title should be above. All of that. So it's a lot of thinking for no reason. But once again, you can't drop after you just dropped. I said you need to wait for the thing to get the fuck out. I think the timer is like 5 minutes or 2 minutes. I forgot. 5 minutes. I think it's 5 minutes. But right nowadays, when I'm building a new components, cool. Well, if you have a framework question, feel free to ask. Like, as I said, nowadays, because I know what I'm doing most of the time, I tend to know which types of properties I will need to have or I will want to have in the component itself. So if for some reason right now we are doing the age rating things, let's say that this would be a component, it needs to be splitted into technically 2.5 elements. We have one sub-level nucleus type of component, which is the badge, that is the thing that will be swapped every time. And then we have the text right here and the rating specifically. So you have one line of text, one line of specific character, which I can't read, and then the years and all that. So that would be properties to ensure that this entire component group
The Viking Lord is now following.
would be just one singular component, and then it's just override. The Viking Lord, hi, welcome on in. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for following. I can't speak today. It's kind of weird. What you're saying is spot on, and I know it's my personal issue from having stronger UX background. I don't give a fuck about states. Yes, I mean, yeah, it's, as you said, from your UX background, states makes no sense. just what you do with the other components dev. This is the prototype, and you can see everything that is important to exec. What's my go-to argument? It makes sense, though. One of the reason why now I am doing all of the states, and like it's a lot of time for me to ensure that, for example, oh, okay, we have that, cool, we will have the hover state with the mark as read, we would have the red state of that, is I've had many times devs come back to me and say, what's this state for this? How should it look? What's the behavior? And I'm like, it looks like the other cards. Just do the same thing as the other cards. And then they do something that they think is the same thing as the other card, and they send it to me, and I'm like, no, no, that's not right. So now I do. It takes a bit more time, but at the end of the day, as I showcased last time, if I'm getting, oh, this is gonna be weird. I need that in a smaller format, I think. You tiny thing. Ready that? Cool. If I now start the prototype on this thing specifically, right? I now have my ability to get my hover state on the thing, and if I click on markers read, it just goes in red state. And so just with that, like that's a way for me to ensure that I can just show that to the dev, like record it and say, okay, cool. So that's how the thing is supposed to work. And it's not necessary to have all of the animations every time, but right now I have my unread state, my unread on hover, and my red state right there. Dev knows, and then this is a preview of a default state, so it would have the name, the first line of the text that has been sent, and the time. And then the other ones are like people that you haven't talked to yet. You just have the username, and that's it. And so, yeah. I wouldn't, Asan. I don't game on stream. I gamed on stream twice. I hated it twice. So, not doing that. Also, I'm on a Mac. That limits the ability of games, specifically the games that I want to do or play. And on top of that, gaming and streaming on a Mac at the same time, knowing that I can't have someone on Discord call at the same time as my stream, not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Yes. Hey, devs aren't using storyblocks correctly, and they are manually coding standard component because issues in the design. Yeah. It's not really sad. I mean, also, I'm not good at games, and the type of games that I like are games that we could play together, but yeah. No, the Mac doesn't have an audio mixer. Nope. We need to use Rogue Amoeba software to be able to get like an audio mixer halfway natively. But yeah, I have the Wavelink, my mic mixer that helps, but I'm not using it anymore. I'm just using the mic. That's it. And I'm doing the mixing directly in here. In OBS, I have all of my mixes here. I have my audio ducking happening for my music. So, yeah. So, yeah. And Jeannie, I think the why not is because your question is because of the Discord and stream at the same time. The stream starts lagging and the video feed starts cutting. So, yeah. And then also, because I can't really have, well, I can't mute the mic. I mean, I can, but I don't want to. I can't just tap on the mic, on the mic at the top to get the mute thing to not speak into Discord. At the same time, I'm speaking, right? Yeah, I know. So the thing that I'm using is this. I mean, technically not the download, but that. Not that, bitch. That. That's. Give me the fucking doc. Ah. Yeah, so basically I have this for my audio mixers things, so it works. Have a good look. Yeah, no, I know, Genie, that's what I'm saying. I could 100% have the thing muted, like mute Discord with a Stream Deck button when I'm speaking to chat, stream, all that. Though it's not a natural thing, and I hate it. And then again, Kat, to go back to what you said, streaming game and being good at games is two different things. Yes, but I don't like it. I personally, as someone who doesn't play games as a regular thing, I would rather like watch someone else's play game than me having to play the game. So, you know, shit happens. Yeah. I mean, I don't like it because I'm not good at it. That's also a thing. Like, it's frustrating, as in my brain hand coordination is not there. It used to be. I used to be pretty okay when it comes to, or when it came to Overwatch 1 to a point. But I used to be a console player, so I was really controller heavy. And then when I moved from controller heavy to keyboard and mouse, I was at the same level. The thing is, the people that I was playing against were playing with keyboard and mouse, and was just like, it wasn't fun to play. I was just dying every 2 minutes and a half because it's just playing to have fun, and I didn't have any fun playing, so I stopped. Like, it's also that the thing, like the games that I like to play, or that now I don't like to play them, I like to watch, is Apex and Overwatch 1 and 2, I mean technically 2 now, which are fast-paced strategy-ish Like, you need to have some sort of a communication with your team in order to win a match. But I, I don't know. I would rather watch someone that is good at it, or someone that is enjoying themselves playing the thing, rather than me just being miserable trying to move around because I can't fucking do it with these mouse and keyboard. So yeah. Scene, have a good rest of your workday. And cat frustration seems to be entertaining for most people. That's a thing that I still don't understand, but it seems to be the case. So, you know. I don't understand that though. Oh no, I don't want to play. So it's, but also still, I can't play anything on this machine. Like the Mac on itself can run a game. Like I can play, I think Overwatch is available on macOS and it's not an issue. I have both Overwatch and Apex on my PC in France. They are there through Steam, I think. And it's fine, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. Like if I get into, I wouldn't play Valorant ever, but like if I get someone that is starting on Apex, if you don't have like, because I haven't watched in a while, but also because I have no knowledge of the thing. Let me just zoom on this one. I have no understanding of ammo, guns, relationship in between the two. Like I know that these ammo goes here and these ammo goes there. Cool, that's fine. Though, how do I know from the outside? What do they look? How they perform? All of that, and I don't know. The reason why I love Apex in the first place is because of the speed of movement. The My mains in Overwatch are Lucio, Sombra, and Diva because they have the speed boosts. That's it. That's the main reason. Not because they are good to play with or whatever. It's just like that. Just I like when the things go fast. And these Apex Legend are going fast, so that makes sense to me. But yeah. It's not that I wouldn't, it's I don't have Valorant on my PC. I think I played on someone else's stream. I played one or two games of Among Us once. I played one round of Overwatch on Matt streams as well, but that's about it. And if you don't know the goal, the logic, the strategy of the rest of the team, then you end up with just people that screams at you, and it's not fun. So yeah. Inside. Do you have a link, Hassan, for that? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think also on the hype peak of Among Us, things happened, but I don't know, for me, it's just the what happened was, oh shit, that is weird. Can I do that? Sorry, 1 second. Oh yeah, I can do that. God damn. What happened was the same thing. One smooth ogre was saying shit, and it wasn't. I mean, that's the goal of the game, is to lie and not be discovered. But still, I don't know. Kind of didn't enjoy it that much afterward. Are we good? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And I mean, if I have, I'm thinking as a streamer, right? If I have a good gameplay thing where I can have a good strategy or things like this, then maybe um, could be interesting, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Kind of agree with that. Can I just do that? Oh, that's so good. I hate reaction streams, even though I mean, it is basically what I do when I'm doing project reviews, right? A project review is technically a reaction stream from you. You wanted to know something about your project, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can help. And then I help a bit. But yeah, I don't know. Kind of. Bitch. I think the reaction streaming for designers is kind of limited. At least to me, it is. Where the only thing that I can do is gonna be shit like this, where I'm gonna go to, I don't know, someone else's landing page and then do some sort of a critique of the landing page. But then that's the thing that I said, is like it it feels weird to critique someone else's work without the person being there. It's Maxi. Hi, welcome on in. And though I can, it's just weird. Um, yeah, you never did that. Don't worry about it. It, I, nah. Yeah, I know. Most most courses, are outdated, and that's why I don't have one of my own. It's just like, um, I think someone shared a course at some point and said, "What do you think of this?" And I was like, "The website looks like it has been built in 2010, and not updated since." So probably missing a lot of features in there in your course. So it's like, if I'm building a course, as I said, if I'm building a course about Framer, for example, um, and then Framer announced new stuff at the beginning of the week, I need to go back in my course, record a video about the new feature, and re-upload that video specifically in the course in the right order, to ensure that my course stay up to date. And it just makes no sense to me. Yeah. I think my current state of YouTube video thing, even though no one is watching, thank you. No, not no one. I have like 10, 12 views on the regular, which is good in the beginning, you know. Um, because I'm talking about specific topic, as in how to create a buttons, how to create a form, how to create a table, all of that. Um, so that helps. But yeah, no, React content is kind of weird. Um, yeah, for example, yeah. Also, you taking 5 hours to make it, GK, that's on you. I did it on stream in like 20 minutes. Still. Uh, that's skill issues. But yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I don't know. React streaming is, it's just, it feels wrong to me. Has always felt wrong, and I never liked doing it. So, you know. Yeah. I mean, as I said, the currently the only video that I have that has hit more than 1K is me complaining about the French, because that makes sense. That's that makes sense. Um, yeah, it is a short, obviously. Obviously, a regular video. I think the only video that I have that is gonna be um that is gonna be above that is going to be not a short, but yeah, this one, the Galileo AI, has like 2.3K views, and then the gym in France 1.2. That's about it. Um, like the rest, because I'm just posting shorts most of the time, it's roughly the 400 marks views. That's it, which is fine. You can also see when nothing happened. Just there, just out of nowhere. Just no fucking reason. Just so it's the same usual thing, right? It's just, as long as I continue posting, maybe there will be some sort of a snowball effect, I don't know. But still, like, still. You should go there. So, pretty simple. It's just like YouTube's kind of weird for me. I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoy um snowball, like a boule de neige. um like I don't enjoy editing as much as I enjoy live streaming. And yeah. Yeah, snowball. Though I do edit pretty fast for my shorts. Like for shorts, it's pretty simple for me. It's just like rewatching my whole stream, picking up the part that I want to get as a oh no, picking up the part that I'm wanting as a short, and then editing that again. That's the thing that is annoying. Yeah. Please do. Um, I think the main issue that I have, I talked about that with my sister, um, is technically I I do have the content and the knowledge of all the things that I need to or could talk about. Though the thing that is not working for me is the fact that I'm most likely gonna be react answering rather than finding or saying things on my own. So it feels like I can only create a video if I'm answering someone else's question. So it's hard. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know. Cat, for you, you should use Sizzle. Like, you can do that. I can't. But you should. It's free. um, Bitch. So, they have these, and so technically now, I think they finally have added, how is it called? Uh, just chatting. So I'm not really in just chatting, but I could like select some of the video that I have and just have Sizzle go through it for me and then pick up some of the interesting parts. Though I don't know how that works. But it could work. I need to, now that this has popped in, I need to check it out. But one of the huge things that they have is like here you have the ability to say I'm playing Valorant, and then it will check for Valorant inputs, and that makes sense. The thing is, me being in just chatting, it's not there. So they can't like pass the entire thing for me. And it's free. It's free if you wanna do that in a good way. You go through Harris or whoever YouTuber you want, but like Senpai Gaming, Harry Seller will give you like a link, and then from that link you have the chance to get like $25 off PayPal cash. So all that. Um, uh, GK, that is kind of it's an option, but it's also kind of scammy in a way. Yeah. Um, there is another one that I have, I think, on my phone that is called Simplified. Yeah, Simplified is another one that I don't remember exactly how it works and what they do, but yeah, they turn long form video into shorts. Though it's not. It's the thing that I hate about these bitches. It's just like they tell you it's free, and then you get in and you paste your fucking link, and then they say, "Oh, it's not free." But yeah, Simplify is another option, maybe if you want. To use that or Sizzled, both of them could work. The one that is interest or the thing that is interesting with Simplified in the UI, as far as I remember from the preview that I've seen, is that they give you somehow a potential like rating of the clip itself. So if the thing that they clipped for you seems to have potential for um potential just potential, then you have a greater chance, and then you can also rate that against what they are saying. So if they say that has like an 80% chance of virality, of like breaking out of your usual views, then you can check it out. If it is the case, then you're good. If it's not the case, then they are lying, and you're good. But pretty simple overall. There is a ton of tools that are coming up that have these features. So yeah. How much is that? 8? Yeah. I did 4. I don't know how we went onto that. Yeah, if I share pictures of, I mean, sharing pictures, right? I do that on Instagram a lot, a lot, on all of my Instagrams, but it's not really, at this point for me, it's not a matter of, um, I don't think it's a matter of content type. I think it's a matter of content marketing that I'm not doing because I don't know how to do it properly, and I also don't have the mental strength to do the content marketing because I know how much fucking time that will take. So, because of that. Not great. Also, you bitches, why the fuck are you here in black? In the background. Couldn't see you. Right? God damn. Do we need that? Do I really need that? I think I do. Which, by the way, GK, one of your mistake has been appreciated. This one has been appreciated more than usual. Just we have 5 likes, which is more than usual, but yeah. And the background status as well. It doesn't happen often when we have like favorites, bookmarks, all that. So that happens. But yeah, most of the content that we have here, as you can see, not much likes in there. I think this one is the most liked, 10 likes. Yeah. Not that it matters, but yeah. Doing my best to get the strongest face on the thumbnails. Anywho. I need to pee. 1 second. Yeah, I'm not gonna dance on TikTok. That's never gonna happen. I mean, I'm saying that now. If I live in Japan, there is not 0 chance of me never dancing on TikTok. But I would attempt to avoid it as much as I can. Because I have no coordinations And that would be bad. That would be bad. You see Korea? Same thing. Why? Makes no sense. Oh yeah, no, I know. Isn't that better? 2 layers. I mean, technically 1 layer. God dang. Korea. Bitch, what the fuck? Why ahead with a question mark? I don't know. I'm a Google Translate camera the thing. If Google Translate just allow me to do that. It says subject. I don't know what that means, but it says subject. That means nothing. It means nothing. Lol. I mean, with a question mark, I doubt that it would be inappropriate topics or inappropriate subjects. But we never know. I agree. But then again, you know. Maybe. Do you see this? This is a mistake. Much better. Cool. All right. I know this is not necessarily a good idea, but yeah, it's fine. It will work. I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. I don't really know how Stony made the that. I don't know the dev status. I don't know how he did that. And I'm the Figma expert, so I'm surprised. I am surprised. Also, thank you for the 420. Appreciate that. Doesn't happen often. Oh, bitch. Turkey, same thing. Because apparently, they are all group layers. So I can do that, and they should be fine. Good. Therefore, if I now get in there and merge, expand, we should be good. We should be good. Once again, this is just simplification, ensuring that things are easier to pass for the SVGs. It's already in place. Cool. Good. Cool. Everything at 60/60, we should be fine. One of the things that I've done as well is the fact that the primitive also works. So for the ones that are pure black or pure white, I kind of attempted to ensure that if we had them as a default preview, like because we're using the Netherlands ones for the cleanup parts, right here, if for some reason at some point we were like, you know what, I wanna check like how does that look in light mode? I still wanted to make sure that we could see that it's fine. It's good. It's a bit big. They are a tad fat for now, but debatable. So yeah, we'll see. At least that is good. Good and working. I don't know what Stoney's doing today. Didn't pop his head in here for once. Maybe he been lurking the whole time. I don't think so. Yeah, the secondary thing that I was thinking about was the addition. Yeah. I mean, no one has redeemed the streak today. I mean, you have, but like no one else. Sorry, a word didn't go through. Yeah. Brain was not working. Don't worry about it. Like, yeah. I don't want to do Nigeria. I don't. The other thing that I was thinking about is, do I need to off No, I forgot the else word. That's what happened. Yeah, I'm debating potentially getting that like this. So it's transparent. So based on the background will always be good. I don't know. Black is fine. But still. So I think we wanted to have these as badges only and not with the text. The thing is, badges only is kind of not feasible because if I just get the badge, it's going to be like a plus in orange, a plus in blue, and a plus in purple. And I need to have the 16 to make it make sense. Otherwise, it makes no sense. So I could go for a badge like the ATP with a plus 16, plus 13, plus 18 with the different colors. But I don't know about that. That is a debate that I need to have with Tony to ensure that that works. There's noise outside. That feels weird at 8:30 p.m. We have a construction crew. Well, I mean, we have a new building being constructed next to mine, but it kind of sounds like someone is trying to break something, enter somewhere. I don't know. I feel like we have most of these done and good. I mean, as I said, these ones I don't. Who? South Africa. Who? How? Why? Why? Uh, these ones are like these. That makes sense. But I guess the same thing. Like this is so weird to me. Like, why not have a border of 5 points with that color? Why not? I'm not gonna break it because I feel like if I do, it's gonna really break, but goddamn. I do want to fix these in a way. Somehow. At least. That, but then I'm looking at this and I'm like, ah, shit. Why? Why? That makes no sense. I can't even fix these. Why? have a good rest of your day, GK. Take care of yourself. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And show me how you fix the 3D transform. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna be okay. I think we're good. I think we're good on these ones. I'm trying to see if I missed some. Other than the Germany and like Switzerland here, which are technically the same, which I do appreciate when they use the same fucking thing. But nah. Oh, for fuck's sake. I lied. Oh! They want to have a thing like this, and they don't make it properly. This is really... really annoying. For no reason. I don't want to touch these. Australia is kind of weird. They have way too much text. And things are not linked together, so it's kind of... So in the thinking as well, some of these are not visually centered to their parents, and I have a feeling that I need to visually align them because it feels better. I don't know. Did you tell me? I think we're good. I think we're good. For Japan, I don't know. I feel like the stamp themselves, ankle style things make sense. We could just keep the top section for a badge format, but I also feel like this is work for no reason. So just gonna keep that. I'm gonna wait for Stony to pop in at some point to tell me, oh, you should have done that. Or not. Or tell me something different. I don't know. Do we have more groups? Shit, we do. God damn, we do. It's mainly here though. But okay, so Ireland has groups, New Zealand has groups, obviously, because, right, all that. South Africa, because I didn't touch it. Switzerland, I'm guessing Germany also has, and then the bottom one is United Kingdom that has a ton of shit for no reason. And the USA has groups. Cool. To be fixed later. That's where I stand right now. As always, if you have any design question, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna end out soon. Name a question, frame a question, whatever question. Lay. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the unit D. I'm gonna do the UK. Yeah. That's gonna be better. If I subtract that. I just have one shape, one subtract. Cool. I could expand it by 2. No. Could expand that by 2. Like that. And then put that inside instead of outside, making sure that it's at 1. So that way we have a very 60 right here. And it's really aligned with the rest, so that feels okay. Not good, because that is now offsetted, but it's one of these situations where it should be a multiple border type of situation, where I have like one border in black, one border in white, and then the central color in green, but not gonna work. Anyways, I'm gonna just do that. Faster. It is faster. Shit. Where the fuck did I put that? Here. Okay, cool. Good. All of these are gonna need that as well. In order to do that, I'm just gonna ungroup everything that we should have, I think, position in the right place. Add the background and remove the things. Cool. That and that is going to be subtracted. Larkham, you are missing the target a lot. GK has been entering the stream, dropping, landing for the past 4 streams in a row. I haven't seen you drop much lately. I mean, not drop, land. You sure everything is fine? That's offsetted. That is offsetted. But that is cleaner. Easier to wrap around. The fact that we have the black border also implies that, therefore, if we have a light thing, we will have visibility of it compared to this. Just kind of offsetted, but same thing. Debatable, all that. All right, cool. I think 90% is done. We're missing like South Africa, Nigeria again, and probably this one, Australia. But the rest is done and good. I mean, unless I want to do the Philippines a bit cleaner than that, which I kind of do. But also the fact that the text has a border will fuck it up. That's for sure. I don't even know how you pick it up at this point. Like, it's not that. It is. It is that. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Nah, debatable. I'm gonna send you to Khalil, I guess, not to White Panther again. Yeah, that's gonna work. You do be just dropping back into working stream, so we're good with that. We are good with that. Alright. Thanks a lot for being here. As always, have a good rest of your day. If you haven't followed the channel, please do that. It would be highly appreciated. If you want to watch the VOD for some reason, you can go on the YouTube channel. They are there. They are pretty good. You can also join the Discord if you want to. And if you want to stalk me on social, you can go there. There is all the links. I shall be back on Monday if everything goes fine. If not, I shall be dead. We never know. We'll see. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourself. Be kind to each other. You know the drill by now. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Also, it's a tie at 51-51 in between GK and Stream. I mean, that is kind of, it's kind of crazy. Anyways, see ya.